Leaders, step up and lead. You are starting to hear me say that more and more often because, honey, we need the reminder, and I don't mind reminding you. Leaders, step up and lead. And not just lead, but lead from a place of authenticity. Like, that's where the real joy is. That is where the real power is. That's when you can actually see and notice the wonders of the universe. I'm actually reminded of some things that have synced up in my life. And as you guys know, pride and rainbows is a huge thing in the queer community. And June is Pride Month here in the States. And I think it may even be globally, I'm not really sure. But 2019, June Pride 2019 was the biggest that I have ever seen. We've had the biggest support, the biggest allies in 2019 like I've never seen before. There were more advertisements all over my Facebook and Instagram page for the longest. I thought they were actually trying to, I don't know, I thought their algorithm or something was targeting me. But it's just so crazy. I remember seeing shirts and different apparel that was just full of rainbows. It was just all over the place. So 2019, June was it was really big for the queer community, in my opinion. But I didn't realize how big it was until I went to church and he was talking about rainbows. Of course, he was mentioning Noah's Ark and how God placed the rainbow in the sky as a sign or a symbol of his promise. And looking at that and the reasons and him going into details as to what happened with Noah kind of got me to thinking about the gay pride. Like, what the hell? Okay, why did they choose a rainbow? Why a flag? Like, what was going on? And so doing my research, I discovered that each color actually meant something. And one was like love, one was unity, I believe. But at the end of the day, rainbow symbolizes peace. They symbolize peace. My husband and I, we got engaged in 2011. Listen to me really quickly, it won't take long. But we got engaged in 2011. We started dating in September. He did not believe in marriage at all. We started dating in September. By December of that same year, 3 months later, he had proposed. Funny or not, honey, when you're good, you're good. I'm totally joking. Totally joking. But him proposing within 3 months of us getting together, that was the first sign that the universe had me on the right track. That was the first sign that things were syncing up to where they need to be. When we got engaged, we made a conscious decision that we wanted to get married on the following Saturday of our anniversary, which ironically was 3 years later. And so we decided to live together, kind of get to know each other. 2015, before we got married, we were planning this big, nice, grand wedding. And we discovered that the wedding was really more for people. It really wasn't for us. We discovered that some people were coming not just to support us, but they really wanted to see a gay wedding. I even had someone that was part of the bridal team to actually ask me, "Oh, you all are still getting married?" Needless to say, the wedding itself was getting kind of stressful. So Winston and I decided collectively, surprisingly, we decided to just cut it out. He's from Illinois. We live in Tennessee. So we're just like, we're going to just pack it up. We're going to go up to Illinois, bump the wedding, and we're just going to have a really, really big and nice honeymoon. Well, I think that was like April or May of 2015. By June of 2015, it had became legalized for gays in all 50 states to get married. So that was a huge celebration. So we decided to switch gears a little bit. We decided to get married here in Tennessee. Not in our home city, but about 8 hours away in Gatlinburg. Beautiful place. Beautiful, beautiful place. So we drove up. We looked at the chapel. We went to the office, looked at the chapel that we were going to get married in. And it was a nice, decent chapel. And we were okay with it. You know, it was kind of a little muggy and, you know, but it was okay. You know, we were just there. So the next day, on our wedding day, we get a call, or we went by the office, and they said, oh, well, you can't get married in this chapel. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It rained in there a little bit, but don't worry. There's another chapel about 2 miles down the road. He was like, don't worry about it. It's beautiful. You know, it's probably even more beautiful than that one, so don't worry about it. We'll just move the venue to there. So fine. We moved down the street, and he was right. I mean, there was a botanical garden that was drop dead beautiful. Our pictures are amazing. So I could not ask for anything better. But what really got us, like what, to this day I don't get it, but there wasn't a drop of rain at that second venue, not a drop. And again, same street, 2 miles down the road, no rain. We were really baffled, but it just made that moment even more precious for he and I. And so after the ceremony, we decided to do something a little grand for our standards. We decided to go and get into a helicopter and do a quick helicopter ride. We get in the helicopter, still feeling blissed out. We had just gotten married. And I remember going into hovering over the city and kind of, you know, going up in the sky. And off into the distance was the most beautiful rainbow that I could have ever asked for. To this day, I believe it to be the most welcoming gift that we could have ever received. It was a sign from the universe telling us that we were meant to be connected. It was an additional proof, an additional sign that when you are being authentic, the universe will give you clues. It will give you signs that you are on the right track. It's your job to live an authentic life. It's been my experience that any of us that are authentic at the core of our authenticity is love. Every once in a while, you get the question, how do you know I'm being authentic? How do you know someone else is being authentic? Like, how can you tell? Like, if you're being honest with yourself, which is most important, you'll agree with me when I say that you're one person at work, one person when you're at home, and you are a completely different person when you are home alone. You know, when you're home alone, that's when you're dancing in the shower to whatever song that is. Or when you're in the car on your commute, you know, that's when you listen to Taylor Swift, listen to Frozen, still listening to Frozen, okay? Or, I can't even, that is my song, This Is Me. Woo! This is me! Oh my God. Anyway, when you are who you are authentically, when nobody is judging you, is quite often when you're home alone. There's no one there. There's no one to see. There's no one to judge you. At the end of the day, what I'm asking for my leaders to step up and lead from a place of authenticity. Allow who you are at the core, that love at the core. Allow that person to lead your team, to lead your organization, to lead your industry. Lead from a place of authenticity and watch the universe. Watch it show up and show out like never before. The universe, when you're on the right track and when you're being authentic, can quite literally give you things surpassed your wildest dreams. At the end of the day, I would say this one final time. I need my leaders to step up and lead. Thank you, guys.